Hey guys, welcome to my channel where if you know, you can grow. So let's erase our doubt and let's pay attention because with Sean, it's always something to learn. What's going on, guys? All right, so this is bringing in a conclusion of what do I have growing inside of my plant room and how do I care for it? So in no particular order, we're just gonna dive into this, okay? All right, so what do I have growing inside of here? Okay, I have my pink princess. Well, pink princess is right here. This is my white princess. This is a tricolor. This is my Florida ghost, although the ghost leaf is right here. Let's see what we got pushing over here, though. We might have some, okay, we got some ghosting going on over here. Okay. We have our golden pothos over here. And I don't know what that is. We'll figure it out. Okay, over here we have our neon pothos. That's a Columbia that's actually growing back. I have some, hopefully you can see it with the light. Sorry. Should be able to see the Mikan and the Brazil. Also see a few more. Really nothing much there, but there's a little something growing. You can see the little cuttings. All right, so down here we have my Plamani. That's doing pretty well. Next, we have my Hoya, which they are really filling out. It's supposed to be the Kiri. They don't like to be hardened out no more for that, but okay. Then over here we have our El Choco. I believe I'm pronouncing that right. Call him Big Red. Doing all right over here. This is another Carry. Over here, this is supposed to be a Manjella, but it's doing what it wants to do. And of course, this is my golden pothos. Now let's go over here. This is my Rafadors that I have. Standalonas. Dubias, and my neon pothos. Not neon pothos, sorry. These are my marble queens pothos. All right, and the Schinapsis. All right, so we're just getting into care and what's going on with these, okay? So over here, our pothos, those are the same thing. That's my golden pothos that I have here. And basically all down here on this row, it's just philodendrons or pothos, and those are like the same ones like the trailing plants, okay? They love light, they love humidity, and you water them when they dry out completely, and they're good to go. Next, we're gonna get to our Florida Ghost. Our Florida Ghost does not like to dry out completely, but about over halfway dry, it means to go ahead and water it. Next, we get into our pink princess, which you know from the last time. This is another one that's over here, and I'm trying to see which one it does better in. Definitely does better in the greenhouse than it does over here. But have I set it up for an opportunity to win? Because we need to adjust the lights in here and take this rack right here down to right here. I was supposed to do it, hadn't got to it yet, because I just been turning the light off in here and just moving another growing light to face it to stop it from affecting the plant. I only have it on so I can show it to you so you can look inside. But I just need to stop being lazy and go ahead and adjust that if I want my plants to thrive. But Pink Princess here is doing all right. The leaves, I believe, will start growing up as long as that light doesn't force it against. Our White Princess over here, she's doing pretty well too. The White Princess and the Pink Princess pretty much require the exact same thing. A fast draining soil. It doesn't like to dry out more than 50%. Go ahead and give it a good drink. Over here we have our Plamani, which this is the second time of me growing this one, and I think that I might know what I'm doing, maybe. I've been keeping the moss moist for the most part, and I just think that's the changer that I kind of last time I just built it on something, just left it alone. It does not like to dry out. It loves high humidity and it loves light as well. Next over here, we have our El Choco Red, which is still a plant that I'm trying to figure out how to grow. I did lose my first one. The second one, we have been kicking it, and we actually have pushed out 3 or 4 new leaves. So maybe I have it down, but I don't feel so confident in the fact of telling you how to grow one. So I am not going to give it to you. All I will say is what I've been doing so far is I've been giving it light, humidity, and the soil that I'm using, the mixture has a little bit of perlite, but more peat moss and koi koi in it. And that's what's been working. That's what I didn't do last time. That's what I did this time. So if you're interested in growing one, that's what I'm doing right now. Still, let's just hold off on that one. Our next ones are our Hoyas right here. These two, I'll show you one up close. These are the Kerry Hoyas. They kind of have like the little hearts in them, you know, sucker for love. But these right here, I actually bought Hoyas, and I have been, anybody who knows me knows that I am totally against them because I'm like, it's a freaking Hoya, right? And I've been, I guess I should clarify, I'm against them because they're Hoya because they have so many varieties, and I do not want to like this plant because I already have too many philodendrons as it is. So I don't need to be moving over to the Hoyas. But I believe I will move over to the Hoyas before I move over to the alocasias. And the anthuriums. The anthuriums, now those by far are so cool. But it's so many varieties, and you see my room, it's already full. I can't start liking another species, so I'm not gonna do it. Okay, sorry. Over here is my golden pothos, and of course we learned about the pothos. Those just need some lights and water. They don't even need humidity. They're good. Oh, there we go. All right, so for our Scanaplus, same thing that I did with our Monstera, same mix, okay? Get your tropical mix with a little bit of perlite orchid bark or peat moss, koi koi, perlite, and orchid bark. And you're good to go with those, okay? Pothos, we covered those with our trailing plants, but same thing here, light, water, good fast draining soil, and you're good to go. Now with my pothos, I'm gonna say fast draining soil, but what I use for these, pothos love peat moss. They do pretty well. Still got to be careful because you still want it to be airy. But these plants, once they get watered, they love that moisture for a little while. You know, like after day 5 and day 6, you might need to start getting worried if it's just soppy, like soupy almost. But for the most part, guys, if these plants stay moist for about 5, 6, maybe even 7 days, and it's just a normal, just a little damp when you feel it, not... I'm talking about just you pat it and the top still feels a little dry. You stick your finger in there and you don't know if it's cool or moist. That's okay. You're doing all right with that. But when you pick it up, water shouldn't be draining out the bottom, or it shouldn't be like a puddle of water. That's too much. Okay, so hopefully that's the best I could do with trying to explain exactly what it is that I'm asking you to do. It's actually a royal queen or a queen royal, one of those other, I want to say royal queen. It's still all in the family, so don't try to get on me. This is just my dark leaf philodendron section over here. That's my royal queen. This one right here, we're still trying to determine if this is a Congo or a black cardinal. Yeah, we're still figuring that out. Because it did this round leaf and then turned around and did this. So yeah, we're figuring that out. This was sold as a Prince of Orange, but it definitely is a, I would definitely say it's Imperial Red. And this one over here, what's the name of this one? I don't know why I keep on forgetting it. This is my Majesty. These I do keep the furthest away from the window because they are dark leaf, and I noticed that if I give them more light, the leaves turn lighter. That's just what I've dealt with. I had this plant over there, and I noticed that the leaf would come out, it'd be dark, but within probably maybe a month or so, it was like green, like still a dark green, but not the purple. So I want these leaves to stay as dark as I can. So I do give these grow light just to encourage the growth and to keep it pushing, but it's very limited and it's very far away from the window. So the only light that it does get is from this light besides just the natural source. But of course this is gonna help it grow. So that's why I have this here. Philodendrons, guys, these grow just like my trailing plants over there. They are very, very easy to maintain. Okay, so my mix that I have in these is orchid bark, perlite, and indoor pot mix. All right, guys, so this concludes what I have grown in here and where do I have it at. I hope that you enjoyed it. By no means is this the end of it. We're gonna pick back up and we're gonna continue. Hopefully y'all drop some comments, some suggestions of some plants that you wanna see, and I'll sit down and I'll go through with it, the pros and the cons. And if I don't know, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna do my research and be able to come back and hopefully be able to save you some money or save you some time, save you some stress from buying a plant, losing a plant, because who wants to be doing that, right? So I appreciate you taking the time to be here with me, because you really could have been anywhere. I know how big YouTube is. I know how big Google is, just the world is. But you took a little bit of time to be here and to see what I have going on in my world. So I appreciate that. So as always, when you're growing with Sean, there's always something to learn.